Hi, Mr. Devlin here. So, Battlefield 5, it's finally over. A lot of content creators have been covering the fact that DICE and EA have wrapped up post-launch support, and it's going to be in the summer when it's finally ended content support for the game itself. Now, you've most probably been watching videos about this situation, and everyone seemed to have done it. Or have done it. I'm not going to concentrate on that. I want to concentrate on about the lessons that could be learned from the release of this game. And I want to talk a little bit about YouTubers and content creators, primarily some of the EA GameChangers that are really concerned with the Battlefield franchise. Without going into too much depth, I want to talk about how they made mistakes right from the beginning of this game. And people have done videos. I've done a couple of videos having a go at DICE and EA because of the debacle when the game, or even before the game, was going to be released. So there's lessons to be learned from the pre-release, from the release, how the game progressed through the last couple of years, and where mistakes actually happen. And it doesn't only lie at DICE and EA's doors. Look, we know it was a mess at the beginning, even before the game was released. The things that were said, the trailer, a multitude of things that went wrong, the marketing, it was absolutely atrocious. We don't need to go into that because that's been done. That's been put to bed. What we need to concentrate on is where it went wrong right throughout the game itself. Right, I'm going to blow my own trumpet here a little bit because right from the beginning, and I've never changed my attitude, I said this game is going to be a mess. I said from the beginning, this game is going to be an absolute train wreck. It was the same myself, a couple of my friends, Chris from CT Gaming Zone and Simon B, we all said it right from the beginning, and we've all kept at that, and we said that. One of the things that have really bothered me and piss me off is these so-called game changers, so-called Battlefield content creators who said this game was wonderful when it came out and it's going to be the best Battlefield game ever, but are now saying, like I was saying from the beginning and never changed my attitude towards it, they are now saying how bad this game was. But it took you over 12 months to have the balls to actually come out and say what you actually thought and not be scared of DICE and EA because obviously they're your cash cow. And the problem is that the fact that your YouTube channel has suffered because you kept at this game. However bad this game was, you tried to keep it because you didn't want to fall out with DICE and EA, and that was your mistake. You didn't have the balls to tell the truth. People like Westy saying it was their best Battlefield game ever. It was perfect. Simon B has done a video about this to explain what Westy was saying. And then obviously he's backed up on himself and he's now saying that Battlefield is not as good. I mean, he still won't say exactly what I'm sure he thinks because he's scared of what DICE and EA will do. You've got idiots like Squid G who said in one of his videos, please Battlefield creators and content creators out there, please get off DICE's back. It's a wonderful game. A wonderful game, my ass. He professes to tell the truth, and it doesn't matter what DICE or EA say, he will always tell the truth. Absolute bollocks. Another one that talks nonsense, Get Good Guy, saying that if you want the honest truth about Battlefield, all you have to do is come to his channel. Another load of rubbish. He would say and do things that he thought would get him in with the in crowd. But then for the last few months, maybe it's more than a few months, all he's done is whinge about how his channel has suffered because of Battlefield 5. Yet, he was one of the bitches, wanted to be a Westy clone. It wasn't happening. He's got a decent YouTube channel and I used to like his content, but not when he's saying things like he tells the truth and he basically doesn't care what anyone thinks. But he doesn't tell the truth. He only does what he thinks will be good for him and his channel, not his subscribers, for his channel. You see him on Twitter, all he does is complain about people who have the audacity to call him out about things and then says they're the scum of the internet. No, get good, guy. You're full of shit, mate. So, in my opinion, it's people like EA Dice, GameChangers, or Dice Friends. These are people to blame as well. If you would have stood up when you got access to the information about Battlefield 5, then you should have said, this is not good enough. The roadmap that you're trying to explain to us is not going to work. The consumers and the community out there are not going to like what you're putting out. If you would have stood up, put those balls in your hand and said, no, this is not good enough, I honestly believe that this game would have been completely different. DICE should be the masters of World War II games, and you ballsed it up, and you gloriously ballsed it up. This is such a big missed opportunity. It's honestly, it's frightening how bad you got this game. But to me, it's worse how the game changers, these people who say they can say what they want, they're not intimidated by DICE and EA, these people let the community down. We all know the problems about the game, how there was lack of content, the TTK, the optimization issues. We all know about that. We don't need to go over that. But the lessons for me that need to be learned is people who are put in a position to inform the community that are not game changers, that are not DICE friends, should stand up and have told DICE and EA that this game is not good enough, or this game is not going to be good enough, and they needed to change direction. The game was rushed. The game wasn't ready, and people who were looking at this game before release, the likes of your Westies and your game changers and your influencers, these are the people that got to see this game before it was released. They should have said at that point, this is not going to be good enough. You know what? People like myself and people who have moaned and whinged about this game from the beginning would have been happy to wait for a proper good World War II game. And the fact is, there's no historic battles, or the main historic battles in the game is absolutely cringeworthy. And just to finish off, game changers out there, hopefully you've learned a lesson and you will stand up and say if you think something's not right, because you know what? You should be ashamed of yourself. Anyway, don't forget to like, subscribe and press that bell icon so you get notifications of when we're uploading new videos. And this is Mr. Devlin, done with Battlefield V, 5, whatever you want to call it, out.